I want to bring in retired Lieutenant Colonel and Fox News strategic analyst Ralph Peters, as well as former Arizona Governor and Trump supporter Jan Brewer with me tonight. Governor Brewer, I want to go to you first on this. He took what really was a moment of sadness, addressing the people of Orlando who have had such a horrific tragedy in their own backyard, but taking a shot at Donald Trump. What was your reaction to that statement from the president, Jan?
Well, you know, Cheryl, these things that happen where leaders have to go and address the audience are always tough. Unfortunately, he has politicized every one of these opportunities that he is able to attend, to address and politicize the issue at hand. Why is it that he doesn't let us as a country weep for a day for the tragedy without politicizing it? Why does he want to make it all about gun control? Why does he want to attack our Constitution? Why doesn't he fight the terrorists? We are at war, Mr. President. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And he says we must not be afraid. Well, Mr. President, I think that we have a right to be fearful. Our federal government isn't protecting us. They're not protecting us. They politicize. They push their left-wing policies, and they don't even allow, again, I'll say, Cheryl, to allow us to weep as a country, as Americans all together for the tragedy. It was horrific. It was awful. It was terrible.
And no leader should have to deal with that. At the same time, though, Colonel Peters, what I found interesting is that he did bring up the issue of gun control and taking that swipe at Mr. Trump. Yet, the issue of the assault weapons ban, many Democrats in particular now want assault weapons banned in this country, but others say that that's not going to do any good. Look at the city of Chicago, for example. Some of the strictest gun laws in the country. Chicago has the highest murder rate in the country right now, Colonel Peters.
Well, I just don't like dragging gun control into this. And it repelled me that the president spent over twice as long talking about gun control as he did about terrorism. And he, it's full of platitudes. And, no human being, no American citizen was ever protected by a platitude. Now, we can have a legitimate debate about what the Founding Fathers intended, what a well-regulated militia means, what rules we should have about assault weapons. But that wasn't the place. He said he didn't want to politicize this, and he politicized it. And also, he made it sound as though the hatred was somehow in American hearts. No, the hatred is on the part of the terrorists. This young man was driven by Islamist fanatic websites, and he just tried to neutralize that, didn't bring up Islam. Even when he talked about the persecution of gays, and I'm glad he did overseas, he didn't single out Muslim countries. He didn't talk about the Quranic prohibitions. It was fundamentally dishonest, cynical, and empty and wrong.
Also, too, Governor Brewer, when you were, of course, running the great state of Arizona, you had to deal with the issue of illegal immigration over and over and over. Donald Trump, of course, has said repeatedly he wants to build a wall. In particular, he wants to ban any new Muslims coming into the country. Do you support Donald Trump in those particular ideas still to this day, when he's been heavily criticized for those?
Well, I certainly agree with securing our borders. I believe that a wall does need to be built. I believe that California and Texas are pretty well secured. I know that the Tucson sector in Arizona is certainly not secured, and that we are the pathway for the cartels and all the illegal immigration, which includes people that could be part of a refuge movement, traveling in that mode, but in fact are terrorists coming into our country. And we need our country secured, and I support Donald Trump 100% in that regards. I think most of Americans feel that we need our borders secured. It just doesn't make any sense. It just is unbelievable that we keep talking about this and talking about this. And the bottom line is that the people of America know that we have been declared war on, and all we hear from the federal government is that we're going to fight it with gun control. We're going to fight it with gun control. We need our federal government to step up and do their job. They need to do the job. You need to uphold the Constitution and abide by the laws that we all live under.
You know,
and that includes protecting us, not only here in the United States, but fight this war where it belongs to be fought.
And that's true, but Colonel
in-
Peters, she brings up a very interesting point, Colonel Peters, that the war has changed. This war now, I mean, ISIS in particular, they've got Syria, they've got Iraq, but we have had some success in closing in on them. At the same time, though, Colonel Peters, CIA Director Brennan came out and said, astoundingly, against what the president has said, that ISIS is actually gaining a foothold, in particular because they're able to influence, using social media, using the web, influence these lone, particularly what could have been, we think, this lone shooter in Orlando. That is a war of a different kind. And Colonel, that's not something that we've done as a country, is fight this type of war, a war on social media. How do we respond to this as a country?
Well, actually, it wouldn't be as hard as we're making it. We have, pardon me, Cheryl, we have incontrovertible evidence that these shooters from San Bernardino to Orlando, and in Europe as well, are motivated by radical jihadi websites and chat rooms. And we have a model for how to address that. It's a campaign against child pornography. It is a federal crime to download or have anything to do online with child pornography. You go to jail. And these hate sites preaching death to America, death to Europeans, and telling people how to kill, that's jihadi porn. And we need Congress to act to make it illegal to contribute to log on to create any of these hate websites. Now, we have to go after them overseas as well, but here at home, people need to know that you log on to those jihadi sites, the death sites, the one that call for violence against Americans, for subversion. You do that, it is a federal crime. You go to jail. And it's not a free speech issue at all. This is about incitement to kill. And, oh, by the way, the government could license journalists and researchers to look at the sites. That's not going to be a problem. But you've got to stop the websites. We know they're the problem.
Right.
We know they're the catalyst, and we're doing nothing.
Facebook, Twitter, and Google, who we should say are now being sued, and we're going to be talking about that later on the program tonight. Governor Brewer and, of course, retired Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, it was both of you, perfect to have you as we listened to the president just these few moments ago. Thanks to both of you.